Howdy, 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 everybody, and welcome to the Rekles Racing Series here on Apex Racing TV. I am the wild card, Austin Knight. I am joined by the super Italian himself, Marco Barbonera, and we are live from Wild Horse Pass Motorsports Park here in Arizona for the Rekles Racing Series. Marco, how are you doing?
I'm doing fantastic, and I cannot wait for some more pro track action tonight in this this racetrack that is very different, Austin, from what we were having last night. If my voice sounds a bit weird, just gone off from a 7-hour broadcast on GT3 series, so apologies for that. Of course, we have Austin more than making up for my lack of decibels tonight. It was a fantastic race last Sunday. I cannot wait for what these guys have in store for us tonight.
Yes, last week we were at Wild West Motorsports Park. A lot of wilds in this series because this series is certainly wild indeed. Anyway, horrible jokes aside, it came down to the wire, and it was a great showing from all these guys throughout the race. Close racing indeed, as these guys are currently in practice right now. We're looking at Josh Edmondson, currently fastest in the field, and he's going to bring us around for a lap around this very short but very action-packed track, and a completely opposite compared to Wild West. So, ladies and gentlemen, strap yourselves in and pull those belts, because we're going to go for a lap here at Wild Horse Pass. It's going around the final turn right now. Banked left-hander into these big, giant sky jumps at the front, then a drop off into a very long left-hander, and Josh has had a very bad exit. He's going to pull into the pits, and that is not a lap around Wild Horse Pass. That is called a commentator's curse. So let's hop on to John Binder, who is giving us a very appropriate photo for what he's probably looking at right now, because it's just smiles all around. Coming out of turn one, you got two giant sky jumps, and then it's the best passing point on this circuit, this hairpin under the Lucas Oil side, the heading into the infield hairpin, a bit slower, same amount of tightness right there into the hardest section of the track, the whoops. You got to get your timing right through here, or else you get a face full of dirt. Then it's high onto the baking, almost like a NASCAR track. He's into the pit lane actually right now.
No one wants to do a full lap with us. Let's try with William Harris.
You're going to do this one now.
Well, I am not a pro like you in... I don't have the experience running around with these monsters, or similar to these absolute monsters of track, but you can see that drop there, that cliff. No one wants to go up with us.
No.
Don't do that, man. Oh, look at the balance.
He's skating the edge right there, flirting with disaster, as some might say.
I'm expecting Cam Pedersen to give us a lap quite soon. He's, of course, the world record holder around this place, as he was in Wild West. And look at this. So you were telling me, Austin, that the pit lane is basically the old racetrack, where the old track used to go. Look at that.
Yeah, the pit lane's kind of shoehorned together around here. If you look at Google Earth, if you're avid Google Earth like I am, and you go to the Wild Horse Pass Motorsports Park, you'll see this track at the bottom right-hand corner in the southeastern corner of the facility. And the current thing you see on Google Earth is actually a different track than this. It's the same first few turns, but this final turn, they actually go up, and then it's a hairpin, and then they drop down the cliff into the front straightaway, as you see it right there. And I've just been informed that they're actually redoing it again, so the iRacing curse is real.
Maybe it's been quiet for a bit on the third racetrack that was coming. We talked about it as Pedersen gets the best lap of the practice session. Beautiful camera angle here, you can see. There's a third track coming, of course, as we were talking last week. No news on that. Austin told me that those advertisements there are collidable, so Austin doing some very rigorous testing And
Yes,
as a true
testing.
professional.
Very important testing. Very important in professional testing, not me just being horrible at driving these cars. Never that.
But I have to say, this track, I mean, of course, it's not as picturesque as the one we had last week, of course, with that almost lunar landscape that we had. This looks like a more, I would say, technical racetrack, so to speak. There is not a massive elevation changes in the other one, and there are some sections, especially those quick jumps that you have before this corner, that can really make or break your lap. And again, just like last week, I would guess, Austin, momentum will be key.
Momentum and timing, especially through the whoop section right here. You saw what Connor Barry did right there. He took the first jump very slowly, and then he launched off the second one to clear the third one, and that seems to be the preferred line right there. Expect some drivers to be following that line, some of them to be going for a different line. I do know that Josh Edmondson, our second place driver currently, he has experience in motocross and off-road motocross, supercross racing. And the whoop section is basically all of that right there. And I think, oh, we got a little collision. Oh, uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Whoa, drop off the cliff right there. And,
don't do
no,
that, man.
Barry!
Oh, look, there's a Geico.
Yeah, there's a gecko right there.
Yeah, and
These are the Lucas Oil Pro trucks presented by Geico Insurance. So there is a inflatable gecko at Wild West as well.
yeah, cans of Monster around the track also. If I'm
That's
not mistaken.
Rockstar.
You are absolutely right. Let's see if we can get them flags to show up. Oh, there they are, and
There we are.
much like last week. Huh? It's
Much like last week. Actually, almost picturesque like last week.
Canadian flag standing on top of the timing table in practice, was on the top of the timing table in qualifying, and at the end of the race. But of course, the rules are very unique, Austin.
Yes, rules are very unique. After qualifying, the top 5 are inverse rolling start, judged by the lead driver, which is the driver that qualifies in 5th place. And then on lap 9, the field has gone under a competition caution, and then they're let go for the rest of the race.
Look at that beautiful
That's
livery.
a shorter track. Yes, I spotted this earlier. It's a number 10 car, but oh!
Oh man, we are going to see this a lot, I think, today. I mean, if you are a little bit off in that jump, too much to the right, you are going for a ride there, because there's basically there is the excess part of the cliff, and then you have the an alternative line from the Joker himself, John Binder. Basically, you have that, and you have the catch fence, so the truck basically tends to use that as a support, and it's not really what the truck should do.
Yeah, speaking of something that we don't see every day, Don English had some bodywork damage. His back right quarter panel completely missing.
Oh yes, of course. As you were saying, we saw last week that by the end of the race, that these trucks tend to be pretty dirty. But of course, the important thing is to keep that engine. All you see, of course, is cosmetic there at the front, engine there at the back, and you were talking about those powerful those very powerful fans that these engines have in the back. Those are massively important to keep the engine cool and at an operative temperature.
Yeah, think of a computer water cooling system on steroids, and then add a bit of crack on top of there. That's how powerful these cooling fans are on top of the radiators. There we cylinder off.
Yeah, great livery.
Looking at great livery, I must say, and from the greatest state in the world.
Of course, Texas. I see also some touch of metallic on this livery from Body Cryer, as we see also, of course, that Dale Jr. Early 2000s livery. We have another flip there. And of course, my favorite livery of them all, I'd say, this one by Scott M. Ford, who is not driving a Ford, but of course he has his name in big letters. This confused Austin massively last week. And of course,
I
the nick
asked
of
him
time.
after the race if it was a Ford, and he never answered it. So I just assumed it was a Ford.
This nick of time livery for Don English also particularly beautiful.
Yeah,
They are all fantastic. Oh,
yeah, Don English in that Ford Tacoma. Well, not a Tacoma,
we have
Toyota Tacoma.
Incredibles there.
Yeah, Jack Kurt, fan favorite livery right there. A few new faces here. Ford gets hard into the wall and parks it in front of Don English.
Of course, if you remember, last week we had our pole sitter that proceeded to flip in the second corner of the race on his own, might I add. Oh man, I swear! Look at! Do you see that Marshall there?
Marshall.
I need to write a letter to these guys. That is not a safe place for a Marshall to be.
Oh, and well, if you heard of a slide job, there is a slide job right there, but not on the dirt track. Well, I can't say this is dirt track, not oval dirt track kind of way. That's more of a slide takeout. And these guys loving that top line of that bank. Let's take it. Let's ride on board. See, go flying around these banked curves with William Harris, who is immediately going to kill all momentum and all hope for us actually getting a flying lap. But don't worry, 3 minutes left in practice before we head into qualifying.
Look at the amount of... Oh, if someone makes a pass there on the right in the race, I'll give him $100. I mean...
Okay, let's sign myself up for this race right now.
I'm always very, very not surprised, but amazed by the great amount of detail that racing has put into the modeling of the track surface. Look at the different kind of surface there, and of course the part that gets a little bit more wet, more muddy. You can see where these guys are right now, and of course the drier part there on the inside. Really makes for a dynamic experience, and of course during the race it will be important to know where to go. And of course, I mean, whoever decided to do that jump there with after that corner is a very fiendish. Is that the right word? Like
evil,
like,
sadist, psychopath.
Yeah, evil, very evil person.
Chris Jericho. Wait.
Yeah. Bray Wyatt, I was thinking. You know, the Finn.
Oh, yeah. Well, he's such a nice dude, though.
Yeah. If we have
talking wrestling now.
Yeah, a car stuck there, or it was just a
is it WrestleMania happening right now?
Possibly. Will be recorded in 2 days this year at the Performance Center.
Oh yeah, that's right. So it was last night and tonight.
I'm quite sure it's going to be recorded and not live, because it's going to be on 2 days. But
that is true.
I am a bit out of the loop regarding that, but
yeah, I am out. I'm out of the loop too. Anyway, back to what's on track.
Yeah, we have 10 seconds left in this practice session and qualifying, solo qualifying.
Just look at the dust being kicked up by these guys.
Yeah, I mean, during the race, of course. Now in practice, still you get a bit of what is coming for you. But then in the race, of course, the amount of dirt being kicked up in the air is going to... I mean, remember, those tracks last week were completely brown at the end of the race, especially the front part. And here we go, the open qualifying. Why do I remember?
Open qualifying, and now we can actually get a full onboard lap with somebody. And I believe we do have an onboard lap with Josh Edmondson. So let's ride on board with Josh. He takes us across start-finish line heading into turn 1. Only 4 turns on this track, so keep your wits about you. Each one of them counts coming out of turn 1. You got these 2 giant jumps heading into this tight hairpin. Gotta hit that apex right. Best overtaking spot right there under the Lucas Oil sign. Coming into turn 3 and the infield hairpin. Good overtaking spot as well into the trickiest part of the track, into the whoops. 3 humps right there will decide your fate and how well you exit onto the final turn. Swing it up onto the banking and fly over the start-finish line. And that is a lap around Wild Horse Pass. I remember this track when it first came out. I'm a big watcher of the iRacing Twitch clips videos. And this track is famous for that start-finish line where cars can actually jump over each other there. And heading into turn 2, where Harris is, this is also a famous car jumping spot.
We'll have to keep an eye on that then, especially as the race progresses. Peterson, then Edmondson, then Don English in 3rd place, then Sheldon Creed. But Body Cryer jumps up to 2nd place right now with a 35.644. Oh, wow, I forgot to bring up the qualifying component. There it is.
Yeah, Cryer sitting in 2nd. Harris just came across the line. 9th jumps up to half a second down, sitting in 5th place. So he's making that look pretty easy in that beautiful St. Louis Blues car. Coming across the line right now, that's Jeremy Soderif.
Jumps in
He's sitting in 6th place.
6th, but already pushed back by Connor Barry, as Body Cryer is having a good lap with a purple 2nd sector.
And he jumps up into 2nd.
Yeah, good lap for him.
The sectors are so fast around here. The 1st sector is turn 1, and then at the entrance of turn 2, 2nd sector is turns 2 and 3, and the last sector is turn 4. And then the start-finish line.
I
so
think each sector is
here.
One of those red dots basically on the minimap, unless I'm very much mistaken.
Nope, that is absolutely correct.
Another good lap, I think, from the 005 car. He improves 35.5 flat. Still behind Peterson, but that's a great lap. Of course, Cryer was not in the race last week, so we can expect maybe a new contender for the race victory. As you can see, this guy is doing some laps, then pitting, then going back again. Who is also worth following right now? William Harris improves in his 1st sector. Let's see. The 2nd sector. Oh, but Peterson is having a fantastic lap. Not the greatest 3rd sector. Let's see.
Purple sector 1. No improvement, though.
No.
It does say it was his last, but it was so close to his last that I don't think it actually was his exact improvement.
Binder is coming and he gets a 36.1. Let's follow Connor Barry. I mean, they we just have enough time to switch to them when they are coming onto the final straight, basically. Connor Barry jumps up to 4th, I think, with this time. Oh, Peterson with a fantastic lap, 35.091.
Wow! That is a record lap if I ever seen one. 35, almost flat, 9.091. 4/10 clear of the rest of the field. Definite fan favorite right there.
Another guy we saw for the first time tonight, after not seeing him in practice at least. It's Trenton Briley. He is also coming, trying to get a better lap. And he gets 35.756, up to 6th place for him. Of course, remember,
35-second laps are insane.
Remember, I mean, yes, I mean, something that the admins told us when the series first jumped on the Apex Racing portfolio the other week was that, yes, Cameron has got the world record in both racetracks, but all of the other guys that race here have a legitimate shot at getting that world record. It's unbelievable the quality that these guys bring to the table all together in this small but very competitive field of 14 tracks tonight. And as you can see, I mean, another great lap here from William Booth, and he gets into 3rd place only. I mean, and look behind Peterson, there is a Royal Rumble to remain in wrestling terms of drivers in basically a napkin.
That is true. Look how many drivers are 4 tenths down. You got Cryer, Booth, English, Edmondson, and Harris all within, oh my goodness, well, 900ths of a second
Look
behind
at
each
this.
other.
Look at this. Oh, and another
Oh my
Edmondson.
goodness, 1/1000th of a second, Edmondson edging out Booth.
I mean, that's how close it is. Of course, remember P5 is going to be pole position. So let's see. You can jump into that, and it's not like you can like try Conor Berry second. That's a lap I was looking at. I mean, it's not like you can engineer your lap in order to be fifth quickest. I mean, it's a toss-up. I mean, there is 1/1000 of a second between fourth and fifth right now. So.
Yeah, you're basically, I think we just had a car on its roof. Is that Briley? Yeah, that was Briley, but in the background, I just saw a car just sitting on its roof. I believe we're showing this replay right now. Yes. Oh, there it goes.
Almost. There he is. Taking
What's
that
happening?
alternative.
Oh, barrel roll across the line. Well, to quote one of the best movies ever made, oh my goodness.
Is that him again?
I think that was, oh Lord Jesus, I'm upside down. I don't think that's good.
Yeah, pit exit can be a bit tricky around here. I'm noticing.
Yeah, you kind of drop off a cliff. Cam Peterson getting closer and closer to that 34-second mark. Do you think he's going to do it within 3 minutes?
I mean, he might. He's in a good position. I think. Oh, look at Cryer with a good lap, improving in his first and second sector, and improving on yourself can really be the difference between third and second. But no, he stays.
No dice.
He improves, but stays in third. I mean, Peterson, if he has some, I mean, he keeps getting purple sectors here and there every once in a while. Let's see this time. Oh, 35.095. So
was faster in the starting, but he's going to pull off and reset right there. I believe he does this to save his tires because these cars do have tire wear. It's not as important as in the road cars where all these drivers are crazy about tire wear, but this track is very tire heavy with all the banked and high speed corners it's got here, especially if it gets very worn out. And you can see with the dynamic track that iRacing has, probably my favorite feature on iRacing, especially if you race dirt, the dynamic track shows you on how hard the line has been used.
English has been kicked out from 6th place. He is trying desperately to get back there. So William Booth is now sitting there. Conor Berry in second, Edmondson on an outlap in third. Let's see another shot from Peterson. But look at Edmondson. He was having a good first and second sector. Let's see his lap. I don't think it's going to be an improvement, unfortunately. Peterson now gets a purple second sector after a quote-unquote pedestrian first sector, and here he comes. Start-finish line. 34.926.
I think that was a lap of pride right there. He was already 2 tenths clear second place, and I think he was just going to do that with 1 minute to spare, 45 seconds really to spare here and qualifying. Peterson, Berry, Edmondson, Cryer, Booth, your top 5.
Harris trying to improve on his 8th place. Of course, he knows a small improvement might be the reverse pole position. Here he comes. He's in 7th, so close but no cigar, as you guys love to say across the pond. I mean, 15 seconds left. Of course, these drivers will have their time to conclude the lap that they are in eventually. I think Peterson is happy with his lap time and is sitting this one out, you know, cracking a cold one in the meantime. Or I should say a can of Rockstar for sponsorship purposes.
Yeah, a lot of Rockstar sponsorships here. Ooh, very close. That's how dangerous that jump can be. Ooh, a bit of a slide job from the 10 car into the 528 as he goes straight through the catch fence, kind of like those Formula trucks. Is a big hit right there for Briley as qualifying has ended here at Wild Horse Pass.
Oh yes, we are getting ready to show you the starting grid in just a second, as soon as the session will switch over. As you can see, the flagman waving at absolutely no one. He's the opposite of me, like I wave the flags when I marshal very gently, like, you know, the drivers will see them because I make big arcs, you know. But yeah, all jokes aside, starting grid, here we go.
Starting up on pole, it is William Booth ahead of Booney Cryer, Josh Edmondson, Connor Berry, Cameron Peterson in 5th place. Top 5 is reversed. And then starting in 6th is Don English, William R. Harris, Trenton Briley, Jeremy Silderoff, Sheldon Creed, John Bender, Scott M. Ford, Doug Rosenquist, and Jack Kirk in 14th place. He'll be bringing up the end of the field in that Jack car as we wait for all the drivers to come on and for the formation lights to start. And what is Josh Edmondson doing with those tires?
It looks like a low rider, no?
With hydraulics?
Yeah.
Well, the suspension in these cars are absolutely nuts.
I mean,
As we're just waiting for the lights for these guys to do their own formation lap and reverse the top 5.
and this lap will count towards the race, so the lap counter is absolutely correct. And of course, halfway through, you will have the competition caution. You will see, of course, I think Austin has one here on the radio, ready to give us the updates, of course, when he listens to race control, like last week, right, Austin?
Yes, last week I was listening to Race Control, and actually they didn't say anything about competition caution.
Oh,
I just
perfect.
noticed they just got off the throttle.
Okay, perfect. This shows the way they are perfectly coordinated around here. Trenton Briley, and I think, yeah, only Trenton here he is. And therefore, I think we can start. Of course, you will see the lights there, but they won't count.
Oh, that's a jump start. One of the drivers just had a jump start right there. I believe he'll be getting end of line clear. And
Oh,
they were talking about that, but here we go with the formation lap and getting all the drivers sorted. I think a penalty might be assessed for one of the drivers who got that jump start right there. So Josh is going to have to do some cross-side driving, one hand on the admin controls and one hand on the steering wheel.
was it Trenton himself, Trenton Briley, who I think...
Yeah, it was Briley. Look at the damage he's got.
Yeah. Of course, leader in control of the start of the race.
Yeah,
and,
Booth in control right now. He's rounding turn 3, heading into that long turn 4. I don't believe he's going to go at the... I believe he's going to go at the very exit of it, but I am not him. So, ladies and gentlemen, let's get ready to strap yourself in and put the pedal to the metal. The revs and the heartbeats are going high because we're going racing for the Rekles Racing Series here at Wild Horse Pass. It's a good 2-wide start for the rest of you. We got a car at the catch fence already. 2 cars at the catch fence. That is Kirk and Briley up there. And oh no, Booth gets turned by Edmondson, and it's a car park. And the number 10 car of Creed is pushing himself up there. Edmondson
is
Booth, and Creed. And here comes Creed with a slide job going up into the inside, into the whoops. Edmondson and Creed. Edmondson holding off for the lead with Creed and Booth going side by side, door to door, banging around that final corner and jumping high as they complete a lap here. And we got a lot of cars going sideways. We got a car just shooting up and into the catch fence as well. That's the 528 of Connor Berry.
Massive drama. What a start of the race.
Massive drama and massive moves. Edmondson and Creed going door to door together right now. And they're just trading slide jobs right there. Edmondson just blocking that move so well. But Creed, he's got the whoop section down right there. But the TRD Toyota Tundra of Edmondson pulling away from the rest of the field as we got a car in the pit lane right there. That's Barry. He's got, yeah, that's engine damage right there. So the field starts to spread out right there. What a crazy first 3 laps that we've had. And I totally forgot that we've had 3 laps. It felt like 2.
They keep on jumping, and you can see Edmondson going very wide there. Different interpretation of that particular hairpin there by all of the drivers. Cameron Peterson trying to jump up into second place now, side by side. Oh, big fight there, but for the time being, Creed stays in the lead. Oh, and another big shoulder barge there. Oh!
2 wheeling and bouncing off the catch fence. He still kept it going. That's the 51-0 William Booth, keeping it live and interesting here.
Man, what a fantastic ride. Let's jump on board with Pedersen for a bit.
Let's ride on board with Peterson. He takes us behind Creed. So we start lap 6. That's just a beautiful jump right there. It's especially beautiful when you just nail it right.
Oh,
he's going for the inside move on Creed. He's got the nose in there, but Creed's got the speed on the exit. And the beautiful thing about this course is you can challenge for the inside everywhere you want, but it's going to hurt you on the exit because the next corner is exactly the opposite. The only time where it's a double turn of the same magnitude is turns 1 and 2. 3 and 4, that's a left-hander, then a right-hander. And then followed by another left-hander. I just noticed something about Peterson's driver's suit. Is that a dude's chest that he's just got right there?
Trying to get a closer look, huh? He might be absolutely right.
Oh, it's just a picture of a dude's chest with belts on it. Oh, that's wonderful. These guys love to have a good bit of fun.
I mean, if you can do that and get world records in the meantime. Oh! Creed with a big risk there. But I don't know how, but he lives to tell the tale, at least for the time being. Edmondson is pulling away there at the front. Creed wants to make the move, but so difficult, and he has to look behind him because Cryer and English are keeping up with the lead pack.
Yeah, Creed leading out Peterson. Peterson looking down that inside, heading into the whoop section. This is right before the competition caution is going to jump out. This would be a great opportunity to be able to jump the start and try to get Edmondson right there as they're drifting around the final quarter and jumping across the line as we are going into the competition caution. All right, everybody, let's breathe in at the same time and try to calm down from that crazy start. Ready? In, head out. Let's get some replays of that start. Yeah, there's that start, 17 of Trenton Briley, who's actually retired into the pit lane. Too wide craziness right there. And what in the heck happened? Briley went up there into the catch fence, and the Blues car got collected with them.
Connor Barry also, you can see here the
oh my goodness.
And it's almost time to go back to green flag racing.
It's such a short lap here that we can't really jump back right now. But the field is in Edmondson's hand, and we're going back racing here at Wild Horse Pass. That is just so beautiful, seeing a line of trucks just jumping one after the other. It's so beautiful. Oh, Edmondson, Creed looking for a little bit of a slide bump. Oh, Peterson gets smacked into the side by Cryer. The 005 car trying to get the elbows out on the 48 as Ford has retired into the pit lane.
I think he blew his engine. I saw some smoke in the distance after the restart. And Peterson is now looking to defend from Cryer and English. Now he has a little bit of breathing. I mean, every time we do the jump on the start-finish line, I pray for Sheldon Creed's safety. I don't know how he survived all this time. He always uses that little bit of the cliff there to keep himself steady. 3 wide in the back in the meantime.
Yeah, that's English.
And now Sodorf has also joined this party. The leader is a bit deep. Big contact there.
Big contact, big old slide, and Creed is getting each end of the business. Look how dirty Peterson's front grille is of that Ford Raptor.
And judging by the way he's driving his suit, he's going to need a shower, a big shower after this.
We're gonna have to bring that up in the post-race interview. Oh, Edmondson gets jogged by Creed, and Creed's getting pinned by Peterson. It's a drag race coming out of turn 2. Edmondson with a slide jump, and here comes Peterson going down the inside, the shirtless wonder himself, making it 3 wide as they're heading into the final quarter, but Edmondson is still in the lead.
I mean, that could have been the chance for Peterson to get back to the lead. All this was created by the dive bomb from Creed, but no, nothing changed. So difficult to pass around here, but I'm expecting the dive bombs to keep on happening, and here we go.
Oh, a good old slide jump right there. Creed turns him again, but Peterson had nowhere to go onto the exit as Creed's car was right there. Creed looking down to the inside once more. Sliding on the way. Creed looking for that outside line.
Oh, no, sideways.
Third. Edmondson and Creed. Creed's in the barrier. Creed is in the advertisements, and here comes Peterson on Edmondson. Flying high across the line. Starting lap 14. 4 laps to go. Edmondson on the outside of Peterson, still holding it up, jumping off that cliff. And now it's Edmondson, Peterson, and Cryer, your top 3. Peterson looking down that inside line now. No argy-bargy from him right there as, oh my goodness, that last lap is going a bit wide as here comes Cryer.
Look at the traffic that this fight has created. Basically, they are all there. And fantastic stuff for the race lead. Another lap in the books.
Just see how far they're kicking out that tail end. But look at Cryer. He's been hunting on this fight. Let's ride on board with the car in third place. Is he going to send it up to third place? Into second. Peterson and Edmondson both looking wide. It's just so amazing on how these cars can go side by side and go completely drifting it. And Cryer and Peterson getting into a little bit of contest. Peterson went a little bit wide around the final turn 4. It's Edmondson, Peterson, Cryer still your top 3.
Unfortunately, Soderf has to jump into the pits. Something happened to him. 3 laps to go. Edmondson defending desperately. Peterson is knocking on his rear bumper, and Cryer is still there waiting for an opportunity.
Edmondson going wide into the hairpin. Peterson looking down to the inside. Peterson's got in front of Edmondson right there, but who's going to be the last of the late breakers, last of the late jumpers? Who's going to have the better line? Edmondson giving Peterson a little bit of a check with his back quarter panel. And Cryer, he's just hunting into the background. Edmondson has gone wide. New leader is Josh Peterson with Cryer in second. Edmondson has dropped down to third. 2 laps to go. And we got another blown engine.
Yeah.
But it's Peterson, Cryer, Edmondson. Edmondson looking down the outside of Cryer. And look at English trying to go onto the inside, but Cryer was down there. Edmondson, he's got a good exit. He's going to be challenging back for second place. The world record holder definitely doesn't want to be down there. And Peterson starting to run away with this as Edmondson and Cryer are exchanging elbows and furious blows as we got 1 lap to go. Say it, Marco.
Sale la Blanca, here at Wild Horse Pass.
Wild Horse passes. Oh, Cryer getting a lot loose out of the jump, out of turn 1, and it's Peterson, Edmondson, and English your top 3. They're getting door to door right there in that midfield pack, trying to get up as far as they can, coming up to the 3rd place, but Peterson is leading this field. He can look back and smile and get a sigh of relief as he's going to fly across the line and take the win here for the Rekles Racing Lead at Wild Horse Pass, followed by Edmondson and English, your top 3. Cryer in 4th, Harris in 5th, Binder in 6th, Rosenquist in 7th, followed by Booth, Barry, Creed, Soderoff, Briley, Kirk, and Ford. What a race we just had. I can tell you, I am going to be watching that on replay a lot.
Another fantastic. Say hello to Enric Andre watching us in the chat. Of course, a very, very quick driver in GT racing, not in this. Oh! I mean, I was watching the major series, and I take part in the championship with you, the top split of the American of the American division for the TCR race. And TCR is a very, very aggressive, competitive racing. This blew it away by a mile. This was the best racing action of the day, in my opinion. And yes, including the eNASCAR. I'm not even talking about that idiotic F1 stream that we had. This was the real race of the day. Beautiful, beautiful stuff. Austin, here we go with the race results.
Yeah, taking the... Oh, that's not right. That
You
is
sure?
not right.
Oh, of course it's right.
It is right?
Peterson won, Edmondson second, and English third.
I've gone a bit crazy right there because I just completely forgot the finish. I swear it was something else.
You can check, but this is what I have on the live timing. You can check your iRacing results.
It was Peterson. Okay, it was taking the win. I don't know why I thought Edmondson won that. I've just gotten a bit crazy, but taking the win here is Cameron Peterson, followed by Josh Edmondson, Don English in third, Beauty Cryer in fourth, William R. Harris, John Binder, Doug Rosenquist, William Booth, Connor Berry, Jeremy Seldorf, Sheldon Creed, Trenton Briley, Jack Kurt, and Scott M. Ford in 14th place. And that has been your finishing results here. And let's talk to the man himself once more. Oh, do not do what I almost did right there. And let's get Cam into the commentary box. Cam, how are you doing?
Doing good, Austin. How are you?
Oh my goodness, my heart's pounding a million miles, and I have the smile as wide as Mount Everest right now. It was awesome.
I mean, you guys need to tone it down. It's 3 a.m. here in Italy. I cannot keep waking up my family every Sunday night because you guys fantastic. I mean, that was another fantastic race. I mean, I leave you to Austin for the interview, man. That was beautiful.
Thank you very much.
So the start was very chaotic. You got into the lead a bit early after that car park happening in turn 2. Was there a little bit of miscommunication on guys going in there, or has that always been a very tight racing spot?
Oh, the whole track is a tight racing spot. It's a whole nother animal than Wild West. It's kind of the same track layout. You got 3 left turns and 1 right-hand turn. It's the same thing in that respect, but it's a lot shorter. It's a lot more crammed up. And, it definitely leads to more bumping and banging, especially with these types of trucks. They have to slow down almost to a full stop in some of these corners when you get that blue groove. And some unexpected things happen out of nowhere, and you don't know if it's going to happen, and you just got to brake early but not get hit by the guy behind you. It's a whole lot to think about. So, yeah, it turned out well, though. It was an awesome race. I know all the other guys said they had fun, so did I. So it was a good night.
Well, we definitely had fun up here in the booth. A lot of slide jobs and die bombs from a few drivers on you, but it looked like you held your ground. And if I could compare this this track and type of racing to a movie, this is definitely Mad Max to the max.
Yeah, this might even be a little dustier. It depends on your point of view. Yeah.
Well, I could say that you are going to Valhalla shiny and chrome because you won your second race in a row. Before we let you go, anyone you want to shout out?
Yeah, I want to thank you guys for doing another broadcast with us. Seen your last video, fantastic job there. Everyone that I showed it to loved it, as well as tonight. Thanks for doing it again. And thanks to all the guys on the Rekles Racing series there. They're phenomenal drivers. They're not just fast, but they're polite and they're respectful. And to be able to go door to door with those trucks through the air like that, it takes some skill and takes some patience. So hats off to them. And I couldn't get any of my teammates, many of my Jim Beaver Esports guys in here tonight. They had some other fish to fry tonight. So I was a lone wolf in part of the team, but still able to luckily get out on top. And yeah, and the new sponsors for 2020 for Jim Beaver, we got General Tire, Polaris Razor, Vision Wheel, Rigid Industries, Dirtfish, GSP XTV Axles, Gibson Performance, Acronis, and Sant Racing Fabrication. Those guys do a phenomenal job over there in terms of teamwork and building setups and such, and just a great atmosphere over them and over there. And very happy to be a part of that team. Very proud. So to get a win for them is phenomenal, and I'm looking forward to the next one.
All right, man. Congrats on the win, and we'll see you next week.
Thank you very much, Austin. Have a good night.
You too. All right, Marco, I believe you're standing by with the shirtless wonder himself, Josh Edmondson, right?
I sure do. And we also have him in our booth right now. Hello, Josh.
Hey,
Another fantastic race from you guys. So how was it out there? I mean, it was exciting, much like last week, even more uncertain this time. How was your perspective on the race tonight?
oh man, it was awesome. There was definitely some chaos turn two, which got me out front. That was a little help for me for sure. But man, after that, after the restart, there was some really good racing. Well, even with man, I think that was Sheldon and then Bodie after that. Yeah, it was awesome. It was door to door the whole time.
How would you compare this race and this track to the race and the track where you were racing last week? Differences, similarities? How was your approach different, if it was different?
It's definitely different. This one's tighter. A couple of the corners, it's faster to kind of go a little wider in late apex, but when you're in the pack like that, you can't do that. You leave the door open and you're going to get pushed out. So it's definitely a little more challenging, I think, than the other track for me, anyways. Some guys like Cameron are always really fast here, but yeah, it's definitely an awesome track to race.
Yeah, another fantastic race from you guys, of course. Hopefully, racing brings you new places to race very, very soon, Josh. But I mean, another fantastic race. Before we let you go, anyone you'd like to thank?
No, you're just working on hopefully getting a team put together here soon. So yeah, hopefully I'll be able to have something here for you. But yeah, man, just excited to be finishing up front here, and hopefully I can get Cam in the next.
Awesome. Well, thank you very much, Josh. Maybe we have one question
Also,
from Austin.
One more. I
Yeah.
noticed something during the race. Your driver's suit, is that just a dude's bare chest?
Oh, I don't know. Not. I don't know what I'm running right now. I've ran some funny things, but I didn't think so. I thought I had a pretty professional looking one.
Well, for us, it's just a bare chest with some belts over there, and I've started calling you the shirtless wonder because of that.
Oh, all right. Well,
It looked all right, I must say.
might have to embrace that.
Oh, wait, that was Cam Peterson
Yes,
running that.
it was Cam Peterson running the
Gosh,
belt.
I am
Oh,
so
okay.
sorry. I'm
All
getting
right.
people confused left and right. That's why I thought the
Yeah.
results were wrong. The shirtless guy won it, and I was calling the wrong guy.
Oh, okay. All right. Maybe you're onto something though. You need to start a shirtless stream racing.
Let's get PG. All right, like always, it was a blast, man, and we'll see you next time.
All right. Thanks, guys.
And we got Don English in the booth in a nick of time as well. He didn't have the best finish, qualified in 6th, started in 6th, and finished in 6th, but he was up there battling for 4th and 3rd for a bit, and it got very nasty for you. Don, how was that race?
That was something else. I got up there with the guys. They were battling so hard. I was right there with them and trying not to run over them as they battled.
Yeah, that car park incident on the opening lap really caught you out right there. Any comments on that?
I didn't have a good view of it, but I'm sure it's just hard racing. Everybody going for that spot on lap 1.
How hard is it to practice door-to-door racing, and how high does your heartbeat get through here? Because I get pretty nervous behind the wheel, even at home. I can't imagine on how crazy crazy nervous it is to be door to door, wheel to wheel, having great competitive racing here.
Yeah, well, yeah, I'm still kind of shaking a little from this race, but luckily I got some good guys I race with all the time. William Harris and I race door to door. I mean, every night we're on here, and so I mean, it's luckily it's a lot of practice, and you kind of learn where you hope the other guy is, and I mean, it makes for some exciting racing, definitely.
All right, man. Before we let you go, anyone who want to shout out?
My buddies I race with all the time, William Harris, Bodie Kreider, John, Jack, man, we have a lot of fun on here, and these races are just awesome.
All right, man. Thank you. You have yourself a good old time and a good rest of your week.
Yeah, thank you, everybody. We'll see you next week.
See ya. All right, Marco, that was all of our interviews today. Any final comments?
Well, Don English can be a perfect voice voice doppelganger of Kenny Schrader. I mean, the resemblance is almost uncanny to my untrained Italian ear. By the way, maybe he sounds completely different to Kenny Schrader, NASCAR legend. But on a more serious note, and you have to again, please consider it's 3:10 in the morning. I did 7 hours straight of GT cars running around the Spa-Francorchamps earlier. So please be gentle with me when you put in those reviews at the end of the broadcast. I hope you like the show. I certainly enjoyed this race, and I cannot wait to do more of this in the future. Again, we only have two racetracks, but we have three different kind of tracks. So maybe next time by we'll be racing with the Pro Tour, the two Pro Tour lights. Who knows, Austin? In any case, I'm quite sure the excitement is going to be off the charts. Again, I mean, these guys prove that no matter where they race, they have a fantastic. And sometimes you see in other championships, in other series, you see when you have even when you have a reverse grid. I'm talking mainly about road, which is the one we cover the most. If you do a reverse, the top high rating guys, the quicker guys, they get to the front by, let's say, halfway through the race. It's been two straight races that Cameron had to work for the win and work for the win hard and make the pass in the final 2-3 laps. So this shows how tough and competitive this series is. Cannot wait for more of this.
Yeah, I cannot wait for more of this. Exactly. Took the words out of my mouth, and I believe that is the perfect words to end our race on. I've been joined by the super Italian himself, Marco Barbonera. I'm a wild card Austin Knight, and I hope y'all have a good night.